Previously on MasterChef.
I don't care about the award. Any of the
You gambled.
Stumble. Tonight.
spoilers and a finale. Fuck you!
Come on, guys, please. Finishing touches now.
He almost got the whole tray.
He's
Christ.
He's all over the place. Here we are. 60 seconds to go. Let's go. Come on.
He's falling apart.
Oh, David.
This is,
45
caramel
seconds to
macchiato.
go.
Keep working. Laser focus.
David has now started to play. Finally.
I got this.
15 seconds to go. Come on. Come on, Sean. There you go. Speed up.
Push it to the end.
10,
Okay.
9,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
3, 2, 1.
Stop and hands in the air.
Wow. What an incredible 60 minutes.
All right, you three. The moment of
Sean went
truth
hard.
has arrived. It's time to taste
Oh, what is
those
that?
entrees. Please, let's head to the restaurant.
Oh, it's, oh my god. Shit.
Right, you three, well done. Sean, please present your entrees. Thank you.
The judges didn't care for my appetizer, so this entree has to be my comeback.
Your chefs.
Everything's on the line on this dish. Like, if I don't knock this out of the park, there's no reason for me to cook dessert.
Wow. Visually, it's breathtaking.
Thank you.
Describe it, please.
Coffee ancho, spice-rubbed venison loin with a plum venison demi, garnished with some balsamic cipollini, some smoked plums, garlic shallot cream, some truffle, and some nice, beautiful fiddleheads.
I can smell the truffle, I can smell the spice, I can smell light
Look at
smokiness.
this, though.
What's smoked on
The
here?
plating could have used something
smoked
cool in the
plums.
middle.
I didn't want to overpower you with the smoke, so I just gave you the smoked plums, so you have that tartness, but you also, at the back of your palate, you should get that smoky essence.
I mean,
No, stop. Stop.
delicious.
Fuck you. Why is
it
this?
tastes as good as it looks. The texture is incredible. Venison's like butter, gamey, spicy. Coffee gives that bitterness, so there's hidden treasures in every little bite. You've now reinvented how venison should be plated because it's true to itself. I'm blown away.
Thank you very much,
Great
Chef.
job.
Thank you.
When you described the dish, I was worried about the chanterelle and the truffle, but the harmony in this dish is
Enchanting.
exceptional.
Okay.
Everything has its place, and everything play a nice role together. Compared to your appetizer, I think you understood harmony and respect of ingredient. Well done.
Thank you, Chef. I needed a big one today. You know, Sean,
I'm not
they
crying.
made a movie
It's
called
a-
The
it's a
Perfect
fucking
Storm. I think
plank.
this is the perfect forest.
It's a log.
I think when you look at forest on a plate, this might be it. Thank you, Chef. I love the onion. I think the onion, they taste caramelized with the balsamic vinegar, a little sugar, and I really love the color
Fucking
of
tree
the
stump Andy.
fiddlehead ferns because it really brightens up the whole dish. But if I would think one thing, I saw you smoking the plums. I don't think he does that much to it, really, to the dish. I
you
think
test
What
them
is
and
even
you-
is that
Well, for
vegetable?
sure.
The spinning thing?
Not I wouldn't talk
It
about
looks like
it.
the thing in Harry Potter that they
I
eat
love
and then
it.
they can
Well,
swim
no,
for longer
I
time.
don't think he does that much to the dish. Okay. But at the end, it's really the venison. The rub is not overpowering, so it came out really, really as a stunning
Right?
dish.
It
Thank you,
does.
Chef.
It does.
I love the restraint that you
Gillyweed.
showed with that black truffle. That black truffle
Every
almost
flip that.
mimics the shape of the plate. I think it's elegant. I think it's very thoughtful. It's very dreamlike in a beautiful way. The venison is cooked beautifully, and it's great to see you change direction like that so quickly from course to course and really prove time and time again that you are a great student.
I'll never give up, chefs.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, chefs.
Nice chef.
Damn. They even get the piano guy too, and he gets truffle.
Oh, I needed that.
Brandy, please present your entrees. Thank you.
I've put myself into this entree. I've taken simple Southern ingredients, I've elevated them. Who would think that you could put a hush puppy in a MasterChef finale? But I've
Let's
made
be
it
honest.
beautiful on this plate.
She should have
Brandy,
swapped her
please describe
entree
the
and
entree, thank you.
appetizer.
I
This
have
is
a
smaller
cast
than
iron
her
seared
than her
duck
appetizer.
breast over andouille mixed greens with a blackberry demi, ramp hush puppies, and pickled white strawberries.
Brandy, The hush puppy looks like a falafel to me, but I can't wait to taste it.
Falafel. Seriously? Put your
Chef, I
glasses
have
on,
for you
Grandad.
today a simple
He's
So,
wheezing.
Randy, happy with the look of this entree?
I am happy with this. I think that the elements of my dish were hard to make beautiful, but I think that I put a lot of finesse on the plate today.
Oh, she hates
I think
it.
it's one of the best plates you've ever plated. I mean, duck's beautiful. Let's
She
get that right.
hates it.
That's seasoned incredibly. Love the blackberries. I mean, there's no greater combination. This is better than the appetizer. What it needs, Brandy, is a touch of lightness. I'll drop the hush puppies because it's just rich and rich and rich. Put a little bit of weight on me, but don't put me into cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
Yes, chef.
Keep me alive for dessert. Well done.
What do you mean for dessert then?
It's very tasty.
The
green,
clients died after the
it has
appetizer.
a nice finish of acidity behind. The andouille bring this strength to it. And the falafel, as Wolfgang called
Now,
it.
what does it look like? You want my glasses, Gordon? Here, give
I'm
one
done
of my
talking.
glasses over there. Look with the glasses. You look very handsome with the glasses, you know?
Yeah, he does.
I didn't realize
Jesus.
your eyesight was that bad.
What I really love about your dish is I want to eat it all. And I think that's the secret of a beautiful dish.
Thank you, chef.
I love the flavor of the hush puppies, but I actually prefer the pork belly to the duck. Yet you cook the duck perfectly. But I think all in all, I expected a little more from you.
Oh, shit.
Brandy, I thought some of the flavors on your duck entree were delicious. They worked
Clapped.
really well together, but I disagree with Gordon 100%. It's by no means your most beautiful
What a
entree,
180.
and to be quite honest, it's not a strong visual presentation at all.
I disagree with Christina, because that... I think this is beautiful, and I think this is you to a T. And Christina needs to get her eyes tested quickly.
I think it's what you say.
What, you're saying this looks ugly?
It doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look beautiful.
good.
I'd rather a plate that looks less elaborate and tastes phenomenal. Thank you.
but it can't look gray and brown.
Gray?
And listen, Brandy,
Sometimes-
I love you guys, all of you.
Great. Grey it's not. Delicious it is. Thank
Christina has the last word.
needless to say, we're all very passionate about
Chat,
what you
when
put
the
forth
baker
before
finally
us tonight.
speaks.
Thank you very
Taking a drink.
you. David, please present your entree. Thank you.
My entree course is disappointing. I wasn't able to roll
Baker, take
my cabbage rolls tightly enough, and it took me so long that I couldn't get them in
Her
the water
input will be
bath in
valued
enough time.
next round.
So I'm a little worried that
Fair
my
enough.
hen is not cooked to the correct temperature.
Describe the dish, please.
For you, I have
Oh, my
Savoy
God.
cabbage wrapped guinea hen and foie gras served with a morel and yellow wine cream sauce with sautéed fresh morels and thumbelina carrots.
You're not happy with this.
Correct.
You've got the right to be pissed off.
It looks a mess.
Come here.
Come here, you. Come here, you.
Take a look at that and tell me what you can see.
Oh, no. What? I put the fucking camera on it so we can see. Jesus Christ, this show, man.
David,
Yes, chef.
come here. Take a look at that and tell me what you can see.
Is it raw? Oh, I can see that.
It's maybe a little bit pinker than I intended.
That is not a little bit pink.
That's raw.
This is rare.
That's rare. Thank you.
Oh. Guys, hold up. Let me say something. Chad, because he's third in the lineup, in his last, okay, the pink is gonna always look a little bit more reddish in color because of how much time it was spent out and how much it aired. It
Sauce is
oxidated.
incredible. The combination, that wine, that
The
dryness,
redness
sweetness,
always
earthiness of the
oxidates it a
morels.
little bit.
But wrapping any protein in cabbage and then tempering it and then cooking it
Yeah, it
twice
does.
and rolling it, your work is
Just
cut
like
out.
stuff with blood.
And you need to have made 200 of these to nail it because it's unforgiving. Understand why you put your neck in your noose. That's you. Unfortunately, your hand's not strong enough because it's such a technical dish to pull off. Really technical.
Thank you, chef.
The seasoning is perfect. The sauce is superb. And Gordon will agree with me. In French cuisine, sauce can count for 75% of the success of a dish.
Yeah,
And
good
I
sauce.
think here,
Fuck
you really
yeah.
proven that you were a very, very good cook and you could make a fantastic sauce also.
Thank you, chef.
You're like an artist who walks on the high wire. So, if you walk on the high wire, you better be good. If you fall, it's the end. I don't think you fell here. My guinea hen is actually cooked really perfectly. Would I have loved a little more foie gras? For sure. But the dish looks beautiful, and I really believe it was delicious.
Thank you, chef.
David, I think the flavor of the dish is delicious, but there are a few shortcomings that are pretty blatant here. It's clear that you still remain a technician in terms of flavor, but you fell a little short in terms
Flavor
of technique
technician?
with the preparation of that protein.
Thank you, David. Thank you, chefs.
A flavor technician can repair the flavor elevator.
David, Brandy, Sean, it is time for dessert. Why don't the three of you head on into the kitchen and get ready for that dessert
Thank you,
course.
chefs.
Thank you, chefs.
Thank you.
Wow.
I mean, some pretty impressive entrees. We obviously have a lot to talk about.
How's everybody feeling?
Well, they weren't as hard on me as I thought they could have been.
David's entree. I think there were high points of his dish, the sauce, and low points of his
It
dish,
was
the
terrible.
actual cookery of the protein, which was meant to be the star of the dish.
David's biggest problem this evening with his entree was him. The actual technical ability of assembling that
But
dish
he had a good
was way
sauce.
more difficult than cooking it, and he shot himself in the foot.
I needed that so bad. If I wouldn't have nailed that one, there wouldn't have been a reason for me to even cook dessert.
Sean delivered in the
Who is
entree.
talking
I
to?
never saw venison presented this way.
I want David to
the
win,
onions
but-
were cooked nicely and give it sweetness, a little acidity from the balsamic vinegar, mushrooms, and he executed the venison perfectly.
Honestly, tonight's the first
Sean
time
is smurfing,
where
I'm
I
just
felt
saying.
that I could lift a finale's dish and transport it to my flagship restaurant, and Sean's was just that. It was that good.
Yeah.
We still got one more round.
Brandy came in with a hand-seared duck breast that was just beautiful. She played to her strengths.
When I see
Brandy
Brandy, I
is a
smile and
southern,
it makes me
greasy,
happy to
big
see
and heavy
how
with one
far she
trick.
has gone into the competition.
I like it though.
And stays so true to her roots. It was a wonderful, wonderful dish.
I was not impressed with that.
Visually, she did not bring the thunder.
60 minutes left in the MasterChef kitchen.
Better make it count, my man.
I think it's fair to say at this point, through the appetizer and the entree, it's
That
a
wasn't mean.
three-way
I mean,
tie.
what
But
she cooks, not
there's
her.
Still
She's not
what
greasy.
I would argue is the most important course to come.
I think whoever nails this one might rise to the top.
I agree. Let's go.
I predict Sean makes a weird bowl like last time, whatever he. What was it called? Like the weird vanilla bullshit?
David, Brandy, and Sean, 2 courses in, 1 to go. Right now, if you had to ask me, it's wide
panna
open,
cotta.
ladies and gentlemen. The pressure is really on to nail your desserts. Are you ready? Yes, chef. Your 60 minutes starts
No. Incoming pier.
Wow, this is it. 60 minutes away from one of these 3 talented amateur cooks becoming America's next MasterChef.
For my dessert, I'm making cornbread madeleines, a white chocolate mousse, bourbon caramel, candied pecans, and bourbon glazed peaches.
No way she can pull
the
that off.
judges are going to look at this
A
plate
Madeleine?
and they're
No
going to be
fucking
completely floored.
shot.
They're not going to believe that it came from an
No,
Irvington Elementary
absolutely
School
no
teacher.
shot to pull that off. I'm just gonna say it ahead of time.
You got it.
Come on, girl.
Madeleines aren't too sweet. They're like the perfect balance of like richness, sweetness, and consistency.
For dessert,
It's like
I'm making
it's
a
like,
glazed
It's like
and
the
stuffed
perfect
fresh
dessert, dude. Are you
berry
kidding me?
served with a chocolate cremeux, a kirsch
But she won't pull
chantilly
it off,
whipped
huh?
cream, cherry puree, garnished with a cookie crumble and popping rocks. My dessert is
Pop
very
rocks.
complex. There's lots of technical aspects in it. If executed properly, there's no beating my dessert.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. For my dessert, I'm making a salted caramel chocolate tart with a raspberry coulis. I needed to nail the entree after the stumble with the appetizer, and I'm back.
I'm a pop
Brandy
rock
and David better
connoisseur.
bring everything they know to take me down, because I'm motivated. I'm ready for this. The MasterChef trophy is coming down to dessert.
Bubble yum, nerds connoisseur.
Wow, 6
Air
minutes
and-
away from one of these three talented amateur cooks becoming America's next MasterChef.
A killer dessert from any of the three home cooks.
You don't know about
could
Bubba
nail
Bubba?
the win.
And bubble yum. Don't talk to me. Earmuffs.
Sean,
Chef Tosi.
dessert. Come on. This is your dough?
Yes, ma'am. It's a chocolate almond dough.
Okay.
I'm actually reining it in a little bit on my dessert. I'm doing a classic salted caramel chocolate tart with a raspberry coulis.
Now, why decide to play it safe in the dessert course?
Well, I said simplify. I didn't say safe, because this thing might not set. So my timing's got to be right.
And how long do they need in the oven?
They need probably about 10 to 15 minutes.
And then you got to chill them down
10,
and fill
15?
them.
What a
I
big
said,
margin.
simplified, not easy.
Okay.
You know, sometimes the simple things are more difficult.
Absolutely,
that is
because
true. 10
the
to
ball's
15.
shiny and brighter.
Sean, your last 40 minutes cooking this kitchen. Good luck.
Thank you.
Right, Brandy, how you
Chat,
feeling?
Madeleines are crazy.
Really good.
Tell me about the dish.
I am making
If you can get yourself
cornbread
some of those,
madeleines.
they're
They'll
insane.
be dusted in powdered sugar.
I don't know if you know, but Danielle is an expert at Madeleine.
Oh, is he?
An expert.
I serve millions of Madeleine.
How are we dressing this? What's the garnish?
I have the peach puree. I'm making a bourbon caramel sauce. I've got spiced candy pecans.
Like a
I've got
sponge?
my
Was
white
it rich?
chocolate mousse over here. I'm sticking true
tastes
to
a
my
bit like,
southern flavors,
lemon,
but I am
almost,
going
a
to give
little
you an
bit.
upscale-looking dessert.
Now, the peaches, you caramelized them, roasted them. How are we cooking them?
In my cast iron skillet, I'm going to caramelize those in butter
Golden
and brown
skillet.
sugar and flambe them with
Good.
the bourbon.
34 minutes to go. Good luck.
Hello, chef.
David, give it to
Bourbon
me.
for
What
the
are you working
8 time?
on?
Right here, I've got cherry puree.
Okay.
In that bowl, I've got a cherry compote that's gonna go piped
Compote, yeah,
inside
okay,
of a
okay.
pitted fresh cherry. And then I'm gonna glaze it in my red glaze over here.
So it's a cherry stuffed with cherry, glazed with cherry.
Well, the glaze is a milk chocolate glaze.
Oh, so this is chocolate, but also colored with red.
Yes.
Look at how shiny and stunning it is.
Yeah, I think it's going to be beautiful.
And is that some gold decor I see over there?
It's over
Yes.
there,
So
yeah.
you're bringing us Vegas in this last course as
totally.
well.
Damn, dessert bullshit. She knows about that.
You better speed up.
Ah,
All right, good luck,
liar.
Chef.
So David is doing the symphony of cherries. It sounds elegant, it's focused, but David is again focusing so much on the technique, on these ingredients.
Too complicated, Christina. I mean, is he doing to dessert what Sean did to his appetizer?
30 ingredients? You don't need that much. It's about what you put into it,
30.
thoughtfully.
True.
Beautiful.
So Brandy's doing these corn madeleine. Playing to her strengths, but will that make the madeleine?
These
the
are
sweet,
terrible.
delicate peach
What?
sponge, taste like cornbread.
Maybe the cornmeal in
That's
there will
dog
give
shit.
the Madeleine a little crunch.
You don't need crunch in a Madeleine.
It will be a different version.
Yeah, Brandy, finish
They have to be
strong,
brown
girl.
and golden almost all around, and a little hint of like
Sean is
yellow
keeping
gold
it simple.
on
A
top in the middle.
chocolate salted
And it looks like a
caramel
shell.
tart. I worry that Sean's playing a little too safe.
That's
Sean's
terrible.
missing
Simplicity
you.
in dessert could be a winner.
I think that's where he's going. I've overcomplicated my appetizer, I've reined it in on the entree, and now I'm just going to give you the best chocolate tart ever. Last 5 minutes, come on.
Come on, guys.
Whatever.
This is it. Let's go, guys.
Oh, she's opening the bourbon.
Brandy's about to flambe.
Part 2 of 2? Look,
2
look,
minutes remaining, please.
like
Let's go.
this.
Let me cut this close.
You got the shot! Oh, I squeaked like a girl there.
Right, look at David's dessert. Come on, guys.
David's
Seriously?
dessert. Look at
Looks like beautiful presentation. Huh?
Yeah, David! So good.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, it's definitely artistic all the way.
Good job, Brandy Mud.
Thank you, Sean.
There's,
Oh
wow.
my God.
Look at Brandy's.
Yeah, I don't know.
At the plating on that.
That looks amazing.
Beautiful shot.
Oh, same fucking skid mark. Just stop. Oh my God.
Come on, David.
Paintbrush Andy, fuck off.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Stop. Hands in the air.
Bring it in, buddy.
Oh, man.
I love you guys.
Yeah, Brandy.
That didn't come from Kentucky. Come on.
Bravo, bravo.
Absolutely amazing. Now, for the most important part. Based on this last tasting, one of you 3 talented individuals will become America's next Master Chef. Please, very carefully, lift those desserts into the restaurant. Let's go.
Good job, Sean.
You got this, Brandy.
David needs to be number 1 here. He was like number 2, number 3. So Wendy's gotta be like number 1 here for sure.
Wow, what a journey.
Brandy, please bring your desserts forward.
I'm super excited about this dessert. Even though I've got these simple Southern ingredients, it doesn't look like it came from a Kentucky chef. It looks like it came from a master chef.
I disagree.
Brandy, please describe the dish.
I have for you a white cornmeal madeleine with a bourbon caramel sauce, a white chocolate mousse, spiced candied
Cornmeal.
pecans, and bourbon glazed peaches.
Brandy, my one worry is cornmeal.
Cornmeal,
inside
yeah,
that
I
mixture.
called it.
Why make that mixture dense, gritty, heavy, when madeleines don't taste like that?
Yep.
You all always tell us to put ourselves on the plate, and a French madeleine wouldn't
He's
be
gonna
Brandy
mold it.
Mud on the plate, so I wanted to put my spin on it.
So what would be the difference between you with your madeleines to you with your cornbread?
Cornbread is a lot thicker, a lot denser. These are going to be light and fluffy.
So
The Frenchmen better
you
mold
said
it.
light and fluffy in the center and not heavy.
It's definitely heavy.
Brandy,
It's
let's
delicious.
get one thing clear. They are definitely
Too heavy.
So you said light and fluffy in the center and not heavy.
They're not
Brandy,
light.
let's get one thing clear. They are definitely not light.
Yeah. Called
It's
it.
heavy. The actual peaches, the chocolate mousse, and those caramelized pecans are mind-blowing. But the madeleines, unfortunately, are nowhere near as light as they should be.
xQc
You set your heart on putting your spin on the dessert with the corn. It just doesn't work.
Repulso. So
I think,
she
you know,
was
not
mid-pack.
Every Madeleine
Now
is
bottom,
equal
she's out
because
there.
There's many recipes for Madeleine. And for you to put cornmeal, I think it's wonderful. And this is a comforting and yet sophisticated dessert. The chocolate mousse is light. It goes very well with it.
Oh no, he
I
doesn't
love your
like it.
dessert. I just don't want to compare what I know with what it is. Yeah.
No, come on.
That's all.
Brandy.
What is the
To
molding?
me, if you want to call something a madeleine, it should be something close to it. But I like the peaches. I like actually the chocolate mousse, the caramel with the pecans. I thought
It's being
this
too nice.
is enough the flavor of the South where you come from.
Thank you.
Listen, Brandy, when those 60 minutes were up out there, These two had the look of fear in their eyes because this dessert is stunning. I think your whiskey caramel sauce is so delicious that you should jar it and sell it. I would buy it from you. Your white chocolate mousse pairs really well with the acidity of the whiskey. I think you have a lot of winning elements on the dish. You pushed yourself, and I commend you for it. I'm incredibly proud of you.
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you.
Is she drunk?
David, please bring your desserts up.
My plates are beautiful. There's nothing I would change. I gave it my all. I put my heart and soul in that plate. I focused like I never have in the MasterChef kitchen, and I produced the results.
Did it go hard?
David, please explain in detail your dessert.
For you today, I have a fresh cherry, pitted and stuffed with a cherry compote, then glazed with a white chocolate red glaze, a chocolate cremeux, a kirsch chantilly cream, garnished with a cookie crumble and some gold popping candy.
So there's 9 different elements on this dish. Why?
I think they all complement each other well. I mean, the textures, there's so many different textures.
That looks like a landslide.
Popping candy gives it the crackle.
Somebody
The
died in
cookie
it.
crumble gives it some substance. The airiness of the chantilly cream, the smoothness of the mousse, and then the bite of the cherry with the tart taste. I had tried it without certain elements, and it always needed something more. But once I put them all together, it really felt like it was complete.
Looks beautiful.
Thank you, Chef.
David, visually a stunning dish. And once you eat everything together, the cremeux, the whipped cream, the cherry compote, and the cherry with the sour cherry filling in it, I think it's a great marriage of different textures and flavors together. So to me, that's what a dessert should be like. Full of flavor, not too sweet, and just enough so that you want a little bit more.
Visually, you really hit the nail on the head. I love the classic cherry and chocolate combination. I think that your chocolate crumbs brought a nice surprise texture that I thought was very welcoming. It's certainly thought-evoking, and that in and of itself is definitely an accomplishment.
Thank you, Chef.
David, the menu you did was a little bit heavy front, and
Guys,
the
it's
middle
usually a
you
bad
can
thing when
catch
they
up
give them
pretty well, and you want to finish with just lightness. And I think you succeed on that. Taste-wise, very interesting,
Guys,
very intense.
Just no comment chat, because I feel like whenever they give them a reward, like, oh, it's an accomplishment, it's very, I feel like it means that
I would have loved a little bit more whipped cream.
means that it
and
peaked
chocolate,
somewhere.
But everything tastes very
And
good,
it's-
and you
it's
want
not
to
gonna
go
win or
back
whatever
and
as a
scrape the
dish.
plate. I like it very much.
Thank you, Chef.
I don't
David,
know.
there's good and bad parts of this. And I'm going to start off with the positives. Love the chocolate. Love the mousse.
Yeah.
It's you on a plate, definitely. It's so nice to see you back with that kind of attitude, because that's what it's got. Now for the bad news. Don't glaze, dip, stuff a cherry unless you can make that cherry taste better than it did naturally just in that. So it's out there, it is good, but it just needs a spine, that foundation that you build out on, because there's little bits of everything. You're scared to be simple because you think it looks inadequate. But I think out of the 3 courses tonight, this is you without a shadow of a doubt.
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Oh, man.
Finally, Sean, please bring your desserts forward.
Chat, when is it like
I'm really liking
you've
my
achieved
dessert.
something, or
It's
you
a
had
pretty
you had a
simple
vision?
dish, but the flavor is amazing. That
Or you
caramel came out
accomplished.
perfect. The ganache came out perfect. The tart crust came out perfect. I think I nailed it.
Sean, please describe the dish.
I did a salted caramel dark chocolate tart with a raspberry coulis.
Sean, it looks simple, it looks elegant. My big worry is that this is the kind of tart that you take one mouthful and then push it away because it could be so sweet, so sickly.
That's the risk I knew I was taking because it is such a rich dish. But I'm hoping the raspberry kind of comes in and cleans out the palate.
Now, Sean, let's get real. When I slice into it, it should be a beautiful, clean slice.
Yes, Chef.
And that bite better not be my only bite.
I'm hoping it's
Come
not,
on, the salt incident.
This slice of tart is worth $250,000. Here we go.
Dude, I'm watching this show, man.
Sean, this slice of tart is worth $250,000. Here we go.
This music, though.
That tart, look at it. It just hugs the contour in an even layer through.
Looks like a tiny slice of pie.
See how it tastes.
It's bust on a stack, no gizmo.
Are you speechless?
It's
Bloody delicious.
delicious. Absolutely delicious. Love the texture of the salted caramel. The ganache ratio is spot on. I'm dying to get a second, third, fourth bite. It's not too sweet. But you baked that beautiful chocolate tart brilliantly and then screwed it up by sitting on a damp bed of
He's
raspberry
smurfing,
coulis.
dude.
That's the bit I don't get.
You know, Sean, I thought that the dough on the bottom is a little undercooked. It's not crispy as I want it to be, but the salted caramel with the bittersweet chocolate actually works so well together. And I don't think I really need the raspberries with it.
Was that a route always for losers? Because winners have no content.
The dough is good. Considering you had 60 minutes to make this dessert, to make the dough, to rest the dough, to bake the dough. I mean, it was definitely up to a challenge.
Yes, sir.
And I think you really succeeded in that challenge.
Thank you, chef.
The caramel, it was perfect. It's something you go back to it because it's addictive.
Sean, from me, you couldn't ask for a more beautiful, delicious salted caramel filling. The chocolate ganache on top is luxurious. I think playing it simple, yet keeping it deep and complex was the smartest move you could have made tonight.
Thank you very
Why
much.
when David cooks, dude, we get Friday the 13th music, when the guy's with the knife and chasing like some fucking horror movie, and when he cooks, we get fucking Aladdin ending music, fucking, dude,
Thank you.
Transformers saving the guy music, dude, I can't, dude.
David, Brandy, and Sean, whatever the result, I have never felt any prouder.
Thank you, chef. It's an honor to be here.
We have a lot to discuss. The next time we see you, we will be telling you which one of you three is America's next Master Chef.
Thank you, chef.
Off you go.
Chefs.
Thank you.
He's smurf.
Now, after all these amazing tastings, we have to pick one.
We're talking about the complete three-course menu, that meal that each home cook served us this evening.
Let's start with David's. We started off with that amazing beet-cured salmon with that soft egg wrapped in the phyllo paste.
David's eggs was perfect, and the connection, horseradish, beet, poppy seeds, a pinch of salt over would have helped, for sure, but I found it very impressive.
Then we had the guinea head wrapped in Savoy cabbage with foie gras,
Undercooked.
morel cream sauce, glazed unbelievable carrots. Talk about ups and downs. The sauce was amazing. The execution of the dish was dreadful.
I think he tried to show us that he's a very good technician. I love the sauce. The sauce is important in the dish. Yes, but in that case, the sauce didn't save
Davers.
the dish.
If the
Davers
main
doesn't-
ingredient
It's
is
not
not
our- it's not our
really
day.
right, I mean, you want the
Yeah.
And then dessert, that incredible looking symphony of cherries. To the eyes, it definitely had that appeal. It just wasn't cohesive.
I do not agree with you at all. The cream, the cherry, the chocolate mousse, the
But there was not
chocolate
enough
thing.
chocolate mousse. There was not enough cream.
But I tasted
there was not
every-
enough crumble.
Maybe for you, but I really love to have just one spoonful and say, I'm dreaming.
I am so proud, and I hope the judges see the thought that went into my menu and the technique in all my courses. I didn't hold anything back. I took a risk. I tried to be creative. I'm not settling for second place.
Brandy, for her appetizer, she gave us the cubes of braised pork belly tossed in that apricot barbecue sauce.
The pork belly
You're
she nailed.
totally
The
right.
flavor was incredible.
Winners
I
have
loved
no
that
content. You're
apricot
the
barbecue
biggest
glaze.
streamer
It
on
was
Twitch,
light, it was
and you had to
beautiful.
resort
And I
to
think that
watching
gas
7
break was
seasons of a
really the
cooking show
dish.
for weeks
It
on
was
end to fill your
delicious.
lack of
The entrees
content.
from Brandy,
True.
that seared duck
Don't get
breast, wilted greens, ramp hush puppies.
The cooking on the duck was brilliant. The flavor
Shut
profile.
up, bitch.
We never need to worry about Brandy's flavor. It's there. Instantly.
The pork belly and then the duck. They were too similar for me to have it on the menu.
And then, of course, Brandy's dessert. Cornmeal madeleines, white chocolate mousse,
Nope, that was not
caramelized
it.
bourbon peaches, and the spiced candied pecans. By far the most stunning dish that Brandy brought us. I thought her whiskey caramel was delicious. I thought her white chocolate mousse was delicious.
Corn.
I hated the idea of making Madeleine
See?
with the corn.
Now
meal,
he's saying
but
it.
At the end,
Now he's saying
I like
it.
what she did.
I've grown into something so much more than what I was when I came here. I'm not just a small town Southern cook anymore.
Corn
My plates
madeleine.
look like they came out of a Michelin restaurant, but at the same time, I've stayed
What's
true to my
fucking
roots,
next?
and I
Rice
believe
bolognese,
that I deserve to
motherfucker?
win this.
Sean, now, those amazing halibut cheeks marinated in miso, and then those pickled mushrooms, then the uni, and then the foam. The hero was nailed beautifully, but he went way off piece, and he got too excited like a kid in a candy store.
I was confused. He got so caught up in the emotion of the story that he wasn't thinking enough like a chef.
And then, following that, was this incredible venison loin. The venison worked. He had
Schwa-
every
schwaffle
note on that
is worth
beautiful
$500
wooden
a
board
pop.
that harmonized.
This one had color, texture. It had the whole thing, the whole shebang, as we say.
The whole shebang, huh? Yeah,
and then
sure,
dessert,
bro.
that salted caramel tart with that raspberry puree.
He had a great balance of flavor in that salted caramel filling. He had a nice, rich, smooth chocolate ganache. And the raspberry coulis brought the acidity that was needed.
Pure simplicity is the harder thing to do something
Guys,
simple.
Sean went
and
third,
restrained
first,
like that.
first.
Pretty impressive.
I think I deserve to win because we've all had our flaws, but I was definitely the only one who adapted and who took the critiques and changed their path. Now it's all in the judges' hands, and I respect their decision, but I think I did enough.
Brandy
MasterChef,
did
it's about
second,
someone
third.
who show passion, technique, creativity, and something where you haven't seen.
Whose three-course meal do we want to eat again?
Nobody nailed all 3 courses. Let's get
Agreed.
that
Every
right.
guy for this.
Agreed.
So who had the best 2 courses? Wolfgang. You saw them all from the beginning. Who's your choice?
I don't know.
Okay. Damn. What a shame.
I think we have a decision.
I am sorry for diminished
Let's
your
go tell
return it earlier, but I was trying to save Chad from juggling. Rock hard,
Funny.
but moist.
I'm just Brandy. I'm just a teacher from Irvington. That's all I am. There's no bells and whistles. I want everyone to see that you really can do anything that you set your mind to.
I don't want to let my daughter Liliana down. I'm sure she'll be proud no matter how it goes, but I really want to be able to take that trophy home and let it sit in her room, let her be proud and tell all her friends that her daddy is the next Master Chef.
Winning this competition, I'm going to make everybody that was cheering for me proud. From my mom to past contestants. I'm going to make Vegas proud. I'm going to make my dad proud.
Sean, Brandy, David, let's get one thing straight. All 3 of you have grown so much across this competition. Tonight, you 3 prove beyond a shadow of doubt that you are definitely the 3 best home cooks anywhere in the country. That's why we'd like David, Brandy, and Sean to switch places with us. Because that's where you belong. Please, come over.
What?
Wow. One of you is about to win a life-changing $250,000.
One of you is about to win the opportunity to publish your very own cookbook and to sail the Caribbean on the MasterChef cruise. And one of you is about to win
Trophy.
this, the most sought-after honor in the culinary world, the title of MasterChef.
The winner of MasterChef is... Congratulations.
David, perhaps? David, perhaps? It's Sean, isn't it? David.
Sean!
Oh, Sean. Okay.
just want
gotta pee, hold up.
MasterChef. I just want $250,000. Ah, this is the greatest day of my life. Bring it on, baby. I think I'm done with DJing. My heart is in food. My heart is representing MasterChef. I feel like this is what I was put on this planet for. My father was pushing me on. He'd be so proud. I wish my dad was here, big time, but he is.
Well, I love you.
Sean was a great chef from day one, and he executed and performed in the finale, and he deserved to win. I gave it everything I had, it just wasn't good enough to win. I'm happy for my Vegas brother.
You know how much I love you. You are so amazing. Don't you ever stop what you're doing.
I'm proud that I've shown my students and my kids that they can reach their dreams and they can get out there and they can do whatever they want. You know, I'm glad that I put myself out there. I'm glad that I took the risk.
This changes my life. This changes everything. All my dreams came true today. All of them.
I am MasterChef!
Okay.
One potato, two potato.